And I'm looking here, we got 5 teams within striking distance. The Charlotte Phoenix, formerly known as South State. Welcome to Apex Legends, by the way. Team Liquid with 43, KSC with 42, Space Station with 42, and Wally Catchers with 41. So certainly, if we go to Game 8, that 4 teams could easily turn into 9 teams, which would be the most I think we've had since the preseason invitational. For those that did not watch the preseason invitational tournament, our last LAN tournament, first major international LAN competition that was way back in September or October of 2019. We had 11 teams on match point, and it went, I think, 11 or 12 games. It was absolutely insane. Something tells me we might be in for something similar here unless TSM can close it out. And it looks like we will get a straight north zone again. So a favorable zone again for Complexity. I'm going to be interested to keep my eye out on Complexity as this is a solid zone for them. In the meantime, last time we saw this zone, Solfida had to rotate all the way from Thermal Station. It actually ended up almost winning that game, girl. It was last time we casted together. So expect Solfida to do more of the same here.
Even though you don't make that 50-point threshold, you know that there are more games coming if those top teams don't make it or don't win the game.
Careful, Zen. Are you dead?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Tunnel. Cracked right, 48 flash.
They're getting shot at. He just got knocked.
They got knocked. Get the fish on the race.
Yeah.
CLG's back tunnel.
I'm forcing in. I just got knocked from fucking. Don't.
We're gonna have to. Where are you, man?
Damn it, bro. This team wasn't there, bro. Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna try to stay alive. Like.
Oh my god. I thought we need to scan everything.
I'm just dead, yeah.
Gee, they've been in the tunnel for pretty much the whole game. They've gotten this spot really early on. And unfortunately, they have a white armor still left on Vaxlon. So once it comes to the late game, if they still have whites and blues, it might not be looking too good for them. But most likely, when the game goes on, they'll be able to get some shots off, get those Evo shields up. They are trying to secure themselves at least a second place and perhaps a first place. I guess they find themselves like that they have nowhere else to be. They want to get a team out. Oh, and they wanted to scan the beacon. That's right. So they're scanning the beacon. They push that team off of them so they can scan the beacon so they know where the next zone is. So they're going to get that, and then they're going to have to rotate. They got some time. They got over a minute and a half, so they've got time.
Just quickly checking out Complexity, and not much going there. They are on the far north side of the map, and this is what you'd expect. And I'm not sure if they got taken out yet here.
They're out. Yep,
here we go.
They're out. They got one kill.
Yep. Good call. Ooh, that's heartbreaking. 1 kill and 15th place would have done it. If they got 1 kill in either 18th, 19th, or 20th, they will not have enough. They're going to be at 49 points, and you wonder if they should still drop Sorting Factory. 50-50 is never going to help you out necessarily. As here we go, Solfide got to learn about the adversity, how much they struggled early on. Every single tournament, they placed better and better and better until they've now cemented themselves as a top 3 team in North America. Top 2 team, in my opinion, and trying to prove that they are the best team in North America today.
Indeed, and now we're watching TSM. I've seen TSM play these exact train tracks before, and they got absolutely wiped. But you know one thing? They learn from their mistakes, and they go next. That's the great thing about having experience, tournament experience, and scrim experience. So they're going to be fighting in these train tracks, and they're actually very confident. Hal is going to go retreat back into the pit. He's going to see a team, and oh my beans, the 144 and 72. Snipe down goes down, but they will be able to finish this off and get the fast recovery. That was incredible, getting those angles by Imperial Hal.
Hal is loving this Spitfire buff. I saw my man Onset tweet after one of the last games saying I'm pretty sure Hal's Spitfire is still firing at this point, and it seems never ending. That massive clip. Hal's been putting it to work on Octane, and that's a beautiful flank right there. Heads up play from Hal. Recognizing that the team to his left was under such duress, they'd be healing up, they wouldn't necessarily be pushing, and that's an opportunity to get a flank. Huge play from Hal, showing his inner Halo player right there. If you're just joining us, we have 4 teams at match point, Solofida, TSM, CLG, or NRG. If any of those 4 teams win, the tournament is over. And if you're watching for the first time, competitive Apex, let me tell you, welcome to the most hype esport on the market. As we have Apex Legends match point format, which means you got to get to 50 points to be at match point. Once you get to that 50-point threshold, then you can win the tournament. So that means you don't end the game after kind of an awkward lull where one team's been dominating and the 6th game ends and everyone knows that team's going to win. You still got to clutch it out. You got to get a win here. CLG trying to do exactly that. Meanwhile, the kill feed's absolutely lit up as NRG is going to clean up the remaining members of Rare Excellence. You see NRG picking up quite a few.
TSM is absolutely controlling this end zone here. They have a perfect spot. They just have to make sure they watch all angles because they don't have to go anywhere. They're in the zone. Now we're moving on with Sola Fide. They have to move quite far. And CLG actually Madness. 50 health, but he gets the armor swap just in time. He's going to go for the med kit before he picks his armor back up and heals it. And oh no.
That's going to be Albert Lely of Team Liquid finally taking out Resulta. One member of Sola Fide down. It's going to be all to Gentrifying and Designful. The two kill and damage leaders, respectively, of the Winter Circuit. Designful, the kill leader, Gentrifying, the damage leader of the entirety of the Apex Legends Global Series Winter Circuit across all four of the tournaments that led to this point here. And then we got Nathan, one of the damage leaders right now, or something along those lines. Shout out to Sola Fide and Ricky Bobby here. They're going to get the revive through. And Resulta will be back in game here. Needs to try and loot up. It's going to be a little bit of shambles for him for some time until he can find a loot box or the like. But Sola Fide finds himself back in position. They're actually in zone. And somehow this location is actually no longer taken. This is where we saw Space Station die earlier. Sola Fide, you feel like they're picking the litter here between the two locations to post up in.
Prodigy Aces, Joey Blackout both went down. CLG just looking over everything, trying to get as much damage as they can, trying to ensure that every team dies in this survey camp area. If everyone dies here, less squads for them to fight late game. PB Sandwiches fighting underneath the building. Sauce doesn't have armor. Bowser doesn't have armor either. They're going to opt to heal with some shield cells as they may not have batteries here. So they're going to slow heal. The Arcstar comes down. They're going to dodge it for now, but there's so many teams around them applying that pressure.
NRG finds himself in a fight here. Great shots can be put in from Nathan. That's the damage that he puts out. And just like that, NRG survives, stays alive, will be in a good position on that rotation. We questioned whether or not they'll be able to make the rotation through. They had to earn it. They had to win that fight and that skirmish. And now, NRG, CLG, and TSM all alive, all three of them at match point. It looked like Sola Fide did get taken out. So, goodbye and good night to Sola Fide. They're just going to have to pray that none of these three teams win it here.
CLG is still alive with the high ground, but they aren't in the most favorable position. TSM, they are owning the tracks. They should be able to find a spot for this next zone. NRG taking out. Oh my goodness, they've definitely got a lot of points this game. As Sweet is the kill leader right now, going for the finish. He just can't get it off. It's hard with those knockdown shields in the corner, but he is going to get the thirst. Kenny FPS out of the game. They get the armor swap, but the rotation is crucial.
That's right, 6 kills for the shot caller in Sweet. And here we go. We have TSM on top of a perch, currently watching and deciding how they want to push this here, how they want to play this. We have NRG alive, we have CLG alive. It all could potentially come down to this, as 3 of our 5 teams remain are at match point. If one of them win, the tournament is over as it currently stands. What a finish it's going to be here in game number 7, as now CLG finds himself taking out one of those squads, 3/4 of the squads remaining, all match point.
Oh my goodness, this is actually insane. CLG is in a constant battle here. They're going to pop the defensive bombardment, but Lou's team is getting pushed. They won't be able to do the damage enough. Vaxlon left on 1 HP. Madness has to cover his teammates. He has to clutch this off to get this tournament win here. They are retreating. They may be able to recover here. The most important thing is to recover as other teams fight. Reps taking down someone. NRG, Rocker, down to 75 HP. This is intense.
And it all comes down to Tech's team. Can they rain on the parade of all 3 of these teams? They're the last hope alive for the rest of this lobby. If they get taken out, it is over. Actually, all 3 squads, I take that back, they actually did get taken out. So all 3 squads remain are teams that are match point eligible. It comes down to this. This is the last game. This is the final game as NRG is going to push against TSM. They find themselves in a 3v3 and CLG is just waiting and watching it all happen.
They're just trying to apply pressure to the other teams and hope and pray that they're going to end up fighting, but this is going to come down until the last second. Everyone should be playing this safe as for now. NRG, they have high ground over CLG over here. TSM kind of in the back just waiting for something to happen. TSM just waiting to pounce on these two teams and get that third party. Will it actually end up happening? 6 seconds left. The zone is about to close in.
And this is a pretty even zone in terms of where it's going to collapse onto for all three teams. Take a look at the top left of your screen. You'll see the exact line as to where this ring is going to collapse towards. And it's central to all three teams right now, so no one with a significant advantage. If I had to give it to any team, it's NRG with high ground. But at this point, it's anyone's game, girl. The ring's going to be closing nice and slow here to close this one out. What a finish it's going to be for the Winter Circuit. Certainly indicative of how crazy this entire Winter Circuit has been so far.
It has been crazy, and TSM Imperial Hal with the Spitfire, the amount of damage he got on just shooting someone with barely seeing their head. They are in a bad position though. Energy can see all of TSM, and TSM is going to go down. Reps trying to revive Hal. The zone is closing in very slow. They will be able to stay alive, but not for long. This, I believe, is up to NRG and CLG in the finale here. TSM is out. NRG pushing CLG on the low ground.
Here we go, NRG for the 3v3 fight. Great shots being put in from Nathan, the MVP. He's going to do it. NRG is going to be your champion of the Winter Circuit. Congratulations to NRG. They do it in Game 7. They do it in style. They do it with the game where they picked up at least 10 to 15 kills. A huge lights-out performance for NRG.
Where NRG was, it looked like they were about to take down CLG, but that just wasn't the case. But what a day of Apex. And there's your overall results, Kate.
There
We have a tie for second place.
Oh,
and
no.
oh my gosh, look how close that was.
What? This is the very definition of every point counts. People forget that aspect, right? But my goodness. And yeah, we've got a tie. Solafide, TSM. I mean, my goodness. We'll find out what the what our operations say is the deal here. I'm not sure how that works, but wow, GG to everyone. Like, honest to goodness.